Hi, and welcome back to the November vlog for the Department of Family Medicine and Community Health. This month, we're going to focus on a new documentary that highlights what's going on with community health workers in the community of Kansas. A camera crew recently interviewed 3 community health workers who were part of Dr. Sarah Kessler's COPE project. The film, due out next year, aims to tell powerful stories about the essential role of community health workers and the life-changing things they do for their clients.
The idea of this documentary came up probably almost 10 years ago when I first started to work as a community health worker and I experienced the relationships with the clients and how we were helping. I was like, oh gosh, somebody has to capture this in one way because it's not enough to tell it, is you have to witness it, how we help clients, how we see them thrive. Originally, what I was thinking of is probably a CHW that we will record them in the morning while they are having coffee and they are talking about their role in their lives, and then just following them throughout the day into how they meet with clients and how they do some problem solving, etc. I already had the idea, I had the pitch, I identified the funders, I did a presentation for them, and they were all on board. So the next step was to find a good filming crew. This is how I was connected with Rustin Hamilton.
I'm Rustin Hamilton, and I'm the producer of the Community Health Worker documentary.
He has been doing some documentaries with Dr. Kessler in the past in the projects that she has in Kenya.
I really knew nothing about community health workers before Sarah brought it to my attention, and really before I'd met Ton, because he got me up to speed quickly on what they do. I was amazed at what they do, and through the shooting process, I've really been impressed by the community health workers themselves. Our videographer, the man who's going to be doing the majority of the editing on this, is Matt Hawley. He's just an excellent editor, excellent shooter, just a very thoughtful person when it comes to the work. And when on this kind of project, that's exactly what you need.
The first CHW that we went to visit, her name is Julie Foster. She is a CHW in West Kansas, Liberal, Kansas. She was born in Mexico, and she's the perfect example of success. When she got here and she went through high school and everything, she ended up getting pregnant. She ended up being a teenager who is pregnant, who finished high school, and then she's going to college. So she was able to thrive and to not only to raise her kid, but also to go to college and get her college degree. And so she relates a lot to the population that she serves. There was a tornado in Liberal, Kansas in February of this year, and then the community health workers, including Julie, was able to be there to assist the community and just to hold their hands and just making sure that there is a path for them for continuation of care, for continuation of resources that they needed. So she told us about her story of her life, but also she told us about what happened with the tornado at that time in Liberal, Kansas. The reason why we picked Southeast Kansas, we have 5 counties that we are working closely with here. And when you think of the population in Southeast Kansas, there are a lot of struggles. There are struggles like substance abuse, and there are struggles with alcohol, but housing is a big deal here. And people struggle to get services. But at the same time, we began to partner with the Community Health Center of Southeast Kansas, and they do have community health workers. And I feel like the work that they are doing here there is no precedent to it. They are very methodic, but at the same time, they are very passionate, and they really love to help in the community. The CSW that we picked, her name is Crescens. She is a firecracker. She is a CSW that really loves to help others, and she's not going to be held back. She empowers the clients in a way that I haven't seen much before. This client unfortunately ended up having to be admitted at the hospital for 26 days, and Crescens was there every other day talking to him, empowering him. She went above and beyond, taking care of the cats of this client. And this is nothing that falls on the scope of a community health worker, but that says a lot about her.
Just doing the interviews yesterday with people from that town, just reminded me of kind of the goodness of Southeast Kansas people. That was just a really nice reminder, you know, of the kind of people that are in this state.
Felicia Cunningham, she is a CHW that lives in Topeka, Shawnee County. She is fierce, and she doesn't have fear of working with the community. But Felicia is also a champion on networking with different communities, different organizations. She's gonna go above and beyond to talk to anyone who wants to listen to her about the role of community health workers. She's so well connected in Topeka that is just great to see it. Felicia is currently working with clients that don't even speak English. And so she's partnering with different organizations that are gonna provide that translation. The client that Felicia is bringing to this documentary is a client who had some big struggles with substance abuse and alcohol. This client realized that she had to be in a center to get better. And Felicia was able to hold the hand of this client throughout that step in her life, and how this client overall has thrived. And she is now finding a job, and she's renewing her license for her job, and she got everything together. She has food right now. She's very grateful for everything that Felicia did. The message that is in this documentary is very powerful, and it's beyond our roles, beyond being a provider, beyond being somebody from the community. As community health workers, if we have this willingness to help others, we can go the extra mile, and we can improve the health of those in the community who are suffering. And we also want to make sure that other CHWs see this documentary and empower them so they see that what they are doing is on the right track, and that they are champions no matter what.
The time and effort that is put into all the projects and all the people clients that they're working with, and just help validate the program itself. And if we can do that, then I think that would be a success.